Well, thank you very much for staying on, and we are back with ENCORE. My name is James WHYTE, but everyone calls me Uncle WHYTE. The R words, the first R word that we'll be looking at is romantic. I've heard too many women say, my husband is not romantic, my man is not romantic. Indeed, there are women who even go to the extent of saying that Ghanaian men are not romantic. Makes you wonder how many Ghanaian men they have dated. But that is not the point. The point is that being romantic in a relationship is like supplying oxygen to the relationship. It helps the relationship to stay alive, and it helps it to be vibrant. So if you are in a relationship and you are not romantic, you are killing it. You are killing the relationship, and you've got to raise your romantic game. And yet, I know that I don't know of anybody who will say he's not romantic. Everybody will say, as for me, I am very romantic. So, how about a little romantic test? We're going to have a romantic test right now. What I would like you to do, whether you're a man or a woman, try and take this for yourself. I will leave the marks you give yourself to you. But at the end of it, I assure you, I guarantee you, you'll know whether you are romantic or not. No question about it. So, the first question on the are you romantic test. Do you have a pet name for your partner? Do you have a pet name for your partner? 2, how often does your spouse call someone in excitement to talk about something you have done or said that has blown her away? It is very common for a woman to call a friend and complain about the behavior, but I'm looking for an occasion when your spouse, your wife called somebody and is so excited because you've done something crazy that she just can't wrap her head around. 3, what did you do on your last anniversary? Your last anniversary, what did you do? 4, how many days did you think about what you could do for your partner on that anniversary? In other words, I'm looking for, did you just wake up and say, hey, my goodness, today's our anniversary, let's do something before I get into trouble? Or was this something you planned? If you didn't plan it, you are not doing very well on the romantic front at all. 5, what did you do for your partner on his or her last birthday? What did you do for your partner on his or her last birthday? 6, how long did you think of what to do for your partner on his or her last birthday? Did you wait for the day and then realize, oh my goodness, I have to get a present for her? It doesn't count. Did you plan it? Was this something that was on your mind, and did you work at it? 7, is there a song that brings special memories for you and your partner? I'm getting a lot of oh yes in the house. Yeah. Would 8, is there a place that has special meaning for you and your partner? Is there a place that has so much memories there for you that you can't stop talking about it, and you can't stop hoping that you can go back to it? 9, do you and your partner have codes that can make you communicate without a third person knowing what you are talking about? You and your partner, when you are in public and there are people around you, do you have a code that the two of you can talk? Everybody sitting there will get lost. They wouldn't know what you're talking about. 10, when was the last time you and your wife watched a nice movie or a play together? When was the last time? 11, what did you do after watching the movie or the play? Did you discuss it, or did you go your separate ways and forgot about it? 12, when was the last time you and your partner went on a date, just the two of you? No friend, the children home. 13, did you plan the date? If so, how long did you plan it? 14, What was the occasion for the date? The last date you and your partner went on, was there a special occasion for it? Now give yourself an extra mark if there was no occasion. If you just took your wife out just so you could enjoy each other's company for no apparent reason apart from the fact that you are happy to have her in your life. 15. Did you put your phone off during the date? I'm not asking whether you put it on silence. I'm not asking whether you turn off every call that came and did not pick a call. I said, did you put it off? 16. After the date, what happened? After the date, what happened? Did you go on a slow drive through town, talking and chatting and teasing each other? Or did you drive straight home? If you went on a slow drive through town, talking and connecting, give yourself an extra mark. 17. What is the most romantic thing you have ever said to your partner? What is the most romantic thing you have ever said to your partner? Oh, by the way, I love you is not it. I miss you, not it. So now you are looking good, not it. That doesn't count. So, 18. When did you last say something sweet to your partner that brought a smile to his or her face? When was the last time? If it is more than a day, you're not doing too good. 19. When was the last time you surprised your partner? When was the last time you surprised your partner? Chrissy, I think you've gone back. Okay, yes. And what the surprise you gave your partner, did you plan it or it happened by accident? Let's go to 21. On a holiday or on a weekend, when you don't have any official engagement, do you and your partner still get up at your usual time and go about your business? Or do you lie awake in bed to chat and enjoy each other's company? I hope you understand. It's a holiday, it's a weekend. When you and your partner wake up, what do? Do you just get up and go and do whatever you normally do? Or today being a holiday, do the two of you stay in bed just talking, chatting, just pleasing one another, just being there, connecting? 22. Have you trained the children to know when and how to respect your space as a couple? Have you trained your children to leave the two of you alone when the two of you need to be alone? 23. If you and your partner own individual cars, when was the last time you parked one car so the two of you could be in one, could go out in one and come back in one so you could connect and talk and chat? 24. Have you ever made love anywhere else apart from your marital bedroom since you got married? Have you ever, you and your partner, that's you and your spouse, have you ever made love in any other place? And I'm not talking about when you traveled. I mean, in your in any other place apart from your bedroom. 25. When was the last time you gave your partner a Christmas present? And what present was it? A Christmas card does not count. But a handwritten and a customized one would count. 26. When was the last time your spouse surprised you? And I'm assuming that there's been a surprise before. The last time your partner surprised you, did you make your spouse glad that he has surprised you? You know, your partner went out of the way and did something for you. Did you just say, oh, what is this? Oh, okay. Or did you make your partner go away feeling, yes, I succeeded in surprising him, or I have made him happy? 27. Has your partner ever overheard you praising him or her to someone that he or she knows on the phone? I call it positive gossip. This is when you're talking about your partner to somebody your partner knows on the phone, but what you are doing is that you are telling that person how fantastic your partner is. 28. Have you ever told your partner what he or she needs to do to pleasure you sexually? Or have you always been rolling your eyes? What is he doing? What are you doing? There is a woman who told her husband, look, you're not cutting it. And said, okay, tell me, what do I do? He said, go and learn. What should I tell you? If you have that kind of attitude, shame on you. In a sexual encounter with your spouse, it should be possible to tell each other what you need, what you want done. Oh, within limits. That's 20. That's not when to live your fantasies. Please don't ask her to help you live your fantasies. If you want that kind of fantasy, go for a toy. 29. 29. When was the last time you and your spouse, after making love, spent half the night after making love, just talking and enjoying each other's company? So do you understand? Action is over. You didn't roll off to sleep. You held each other and just continued enjoying each other's company. 30. And 30 is in 4 parts. There are 4 parts to question 30. What is the record in your relationship for the following? Every relationship should have a set of records. Now, what is the record in your relationship for the following? 1, the longest kiss. The longest kiss. 2, the longest foreplay. 3, the longest love making. 4, the number of times you touch each other at home in a day. What's your record? 31. Do you touch each other when you are in public? 32. When was the last time you whispered something silly or naughty or sweet to your partner in public? So you are in public. You lean over and you whisper something silly, naughty, or sweet to your partner in public. 33. When was the last time you wrote a sweet love letter to your spouse? And how did you deliver it? 34. What is the craziest thing you have done for your spouse in the name of love? And finally, I think 35. How much of your dreams and plans do your partner know? Oh, there's more. So 36. How often do you give your spouse money, that's your wife, money, to spend with no questions asked? Do you understand? You just give it to her. She doesn't need to come and tell you what she did with the money. My dear, this is for you. And you don't ask what she does with that money. 37. How often do you keep the company of your wife as she cooks for you? Remember, I am a big fan of going to the kitchen and stealing meat to eat. So go. When was the last time you sat by her as she cooked for you and helped out? Maybe grounded, took over the blending of a few things. And now, finally, 38. Have you ever run a bath for your wife? When was the last time? Well, that is my "Are you romantic?" test. I don't know how well you did, how well you fared, but I would like to know. So, join when I'm done with the presentation. Let us have a feedback from you. The guys here, how well did you do?
0 over 38.
No, it can't be 0. I know my boys. No, my boys are no. I'm sure they scored a few. It can't be no. These guys.
38.
Longest foreplay, longest challenge.
35 over 35.
No, wait. No, it is true. It is true that Ike made 35 over 35 because he's not married. So none of the questions apply to him. All right, so that brings us to the end of the first R word, romantic. Are you romantic? Let's go on to the second R word, respect. You know, in a relationship, women want love. They need love. But that is not what men need. Men need respect. Unfortunately, the trouble in a lot of relationships is that women give love to their husbands or to the men they are relating to and forget that the man doesn't need your love. He needs your respect. Let me help you. Let me put it in a context for you. It's like me. I am both a Ronaldo and a Messi fan. But for now, let's talk about Ronaldo because he is the current holder of the FIFA Player of the Year. So I'm a Ronaldo fan. I want a jersey with his name on it badly. Then on your birthday, as my wife, I give you a present, you open it, and it is a Ronaldo shirt. Now, you are not a soccer fan. How would you feel? I'm sure you feel very insulted because that's not what you need. And that is how men feel. When you give us love but not respect, you've given us something that doesn't mean a lot to us. Now, here's the tricky thing. In a relationship, when a man doesn't get respect, he withdraws love. He withdraws love. So if you want the love from the man, let him feel respected. And the respect for him should not be performance-based. You don't respect the man because he loves you. You respect him because he's the man in your life. It has nothing to do with his performance. And as you respect him, he will become your slave, more or less. He will look for ways in which to make you happy all the time. So, we're going to go through a few points, a few suggestions as to how respect looks like to a man, and how you can know whether you are respecting your man or not. So, I think we're going to have about 40 points on this, so let's run through them quickly. 1, be nice to the man. With your facial expression, with your words, with the tone with which you speak to him, with your actions. So when you frown, you are showing disrespect. When the tone you use is harsh or mocking, that is disrespectful. So be nice to the man. And I've broken it down to you. 2, don't be loud and disturbed when he is around. A lot of men don't like noise. And yet, it is sometimes when the man is sleeping that the woman comes into the bedroom to look for everything and to begin to search for something. And then make all the noise. And then when you stare, oh, am I disturbing you? Of course, you are being disrespectful. Go away. So, when he's resting, especially when he's lying on the bed, please, don't come and disturb. Don't pick a call and be talking on the phone when your man is asleep or is resting. 3, let the home be a safe and welcoming place for him. So that when he's coming home, he can't wait to get home. There is a phenomenon that is developing in Accra, in particular, and I'm sure in many major cities around the country. And it is this. There are a lot of drinking spots developing by the side of the road, and you have very beautiful cars parked by them. These are men afraid to go home because their homes have become haunted. Become haunted because of a disrespectful wife. 4, treat him like a grown adult and not a child. Too many women treat the men in their lives as if they are children. Stop it. It is disrespectful. 5, Don't try too hard to please him. Don't try too hard to please him. Because it backfires. Don't go to the moon and back to get me that special card for my birthday. You're trying too hard. It will backfire. 6, appreciate even the little he does for you and the children and for the home. And when you do that, he will do more. But show appreciation. Men, when a man says she doesn't appreciate anything I do for her, this is a man who is not going to do more. One way of getting us to do more is whatever little thing we do. Listen, ladies, I know there are ladies who are going to get offended by some of the points I'm going to make, but it won't change for you. Who the man is, you can't manipulate that. He is who he is. And I'm telling you how you can make him serve you more. Have you ever seen, have you thought of how to make a boy, a small child, especially a boy, do a lot for you? You make him do something and go, Johnny is a good boy. Johnny is oh, thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Johnny. And Johnny will be looking for opportunity to hear the thank you, Johnny, again. We never outgrow that. So show us appreciation, we'll do more. 7, don't force decisions out of him. There's an issue. You come and tell me, and I say, all right, give me time to think about it. Don't go when. Leave me alone. Let me think about it. Men can be slow in making decisions, but that is who we are. Don't force it. And don't force our hand. There are women who, should I buy the land or not? Or let me think about it. Okay, I bought it. You force the decision. Now, 8 is related to this. Don't force your decisions on me. You took a decision, you didn't consult me. You didn't see it fit to run it by me. You just took it and then imposed it on me. Not good. Oh, whilst talking about that, it is not also right if the man does it. So it is, some of these things apply in both cases. 9, honor his parenting. Honor him as a father. And this is how you do it. Never criticize or challenge him before the children. If he takes a decision with the children, if you don't like the way he's disciplining the children, don't say it when the children are around. Say it in private. 10, when he's talking to you, listen without interrupting him. 11, don't think for him. Don't think for him. I know what you're thinking. Yeah. You're thinking that is, no, shut up. You are not in my mind. Don't think for me. 12, don't give him a cheek. Don't give him a cheek. Oh, where are my shorts? I've eaten them. That's a cheek. Do I wear your socks with you? Not good. It's disrespectful. 13, find ways of making him look good before your family and before his family. And trust me, he will do more. 14, support his decisions. And if you disagree, do so in private, not in public. 15, don't flirt with anyone when your husband is with you. Don't flirt. No matter how nice you are with other men, when your husband is around, pretend you don't know any of them. Don't flirt with any man when your husband is around. Don't go hug somebody. Don't go hold somebody. Don't go caress somebody. Don't exchange some coded messages with somebody when he's around. It's very disrespectful. 16, don't nag. And if there's an issue and you raise it and you said, my dear, please, let's drop this. Drop it. Because when he says drop it, he's going to think about it. He's going to process it. Don't push him. 17, if your husband comes to talk to you, don't multitask. Don't listen as you cook and speak on the phone and braid your daughter's hair. Stop everything. Turn to him. Listen to him. And it goes the other way as well. If your wife comes to talk to you, that's not the time to be on your machine. Stop it. Tend to and give each other your fullest attention. 18. Put him, that's your husband, first and not the children. Always put your husband over the children. 19. Do not compare your husband with a pastor or a deacon in your church or your boss or someone's husband, and don't compare your husband with a woman's experience. 20. Don't yell and argue with him in front of the children or before any third party for that matter. 21. Don't demand that he proves his love for you over and over. You don't love me. You don't love me. You don't prove that you love me. Well, whenever you ask me to prove that I love you, what you just told me is that you don't love me either. 22. Put your husband over your friends and your extended family and anyone outside your marriage. What his welfare, his issues should have priority over everybody else. 23. When your husband asks you or requests you to do something for him, make it your priority. Don't just hear, okay, do this for me. Oh, okay. And then minutes later, you are doing something else and you are not attending to it. Whenever he asks for something, because men don't make demands. So if he requests for something, it's very important to him. And how quickly you respond to it will tell him whether this is coming out of respect or disrespect. When he gives an advice, pay attention to it. That is 24. 25. Let your complaints be brief. Men don't like plenty verbiage. Going over and over and over and over and over. It won't help you. 26. Don't keep the company and friendship of ladies who have questionable characters. 27. Make your husband's opinions and feelings more important in your life than the opinions and feelings of your friends. 28. Let it be safe for him to be a man without fearing he will be punished for being masculine. So let him be comfortable to be a man. 29. Take the trouble to look good for him as much as you can. In other words, don't let yourself go. Letting yourself go when you're a married woman is so disrespectful of your husband. 30. Act like you are happy to see him whenever he comes home. Really. Let him feel good when he comes home. It's one of the reasons why men like dogs. A dog is always happy to see us, no matter how nasty we have been. 31. Be careful with your questions because men find certain questions disrespectful. Questions like, why did you do that? How could you even do that? They are disrespectful. 32. Instead of criticizing him and saying that you never spend time with me, you never make time for me, change it. Make it, oh, I miss you. And I wish I could spend more time with you, or I could have more of you. It's better than you never spend time with me. 33. Don't take his place as the man and the head of the house. There are men who are a bit slow, or maybe too slow for you. So you find yourself stepping in and being the one calling the shots in the house. When you do that to a man, he will never interfere anymore. He will never take his place as a man. Then you will be sitting there. Are you sitting there? Have you seen what the children are doing? Well, you've always done that, so take care of that. 34. Accept his choice of fashion and don't make him feel stupid because of the way he dresses. Accept his choice of fashion. Not all of us dress well. We know that, but we are comfortable. Do you understand? So, accept his choice of fashion and don't let him feel stupid. If you don't like the way your husband dresses, begin to buy a few things for him, so that with time, and let some of the things vanish. But so it's a matter of substitution. Do you understand me? He has a shoe that is not nice, that is not working. Buy him a shoe. And if he's not using the shoe, let the old shoe vanish. He would have to wear a shoe. He can't leave the home with barefoot. 33. Have a willing spirit that has a tendency of saying yes to your man. I don't feel like it. I am not in the mood. Stop that. Stop putting the man off. Even if you have an issue, you give in. Then when he's had his way, then, you know we need to talk. And then you'll find that he'll be much more open to that. 36. Speak well of your husband. Speak well of him. Don't belittle him to your girlfriends. And don't let him feel incapable and not adequate. Please. 37. From time to time, ask his opinion on whatever it is you are thinking. 38. Never correct your husband in public. You know, sometimes it's amazing. A man and the wife, you meet them and they are talking, they are giving you a narration. No, it didn't happen like that. No, there were 3, there weren't 2. Also, no, that's a woman who is showing so much disrespect for the husband. 39. Respect his space. Every man needs his space from time to time. And respect his space. His phone is his space as well. Don't touch his phone. You have one. If yours is spoiled, tell him he will buy you one. But don't pick his phone. Don't pick his phone and say the 2 shall be 1. No, it doesn't work. And 40, never make him look or feel stupid. Never make your husband look or feel stupid. Ladies, let me make this point. Men have very fragile egos, and it is very easy to break it. And when you break a man's ego, he never recovers. So, build your man up. Build your man up. We are not as strong as you see us. We act macho, but we are not macho emotionally. So, be nice to us, okay? And when you do, we'll go to the ends of the world to show you how special you are to us. Well, that brings me to the end of my presentation, the 2 R's. R for romantic. We've just taken the romantic test. And then R for respect. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, I will take your questions. Thank you very much for staying with me.
Which accident? The one that happened on the way to Elmina, or the one that is supposed to have happened on the way to Kumasi?
You are crazy.
What are you talking about?
My husband has had only 1 accident, and that was on the way to Kumasi.
That is what you were told, my dear.
I was at the scene, okay? I saw the accident with my own eyes.
That's right.
What are you talking about?
My dear lady, please. Don't believe everything you see. Don't believe everything you hear. And do not believe everything you read. You saw the accident someone wanted you to see.
Shut up, Ata.
Yes, you are right, Mr. Faithful Husband. It should stay a secret.
Ata, what are you trying to do?
Honey.
Roverman Festival of Play, 1st of January. Nicola!
You like give me the $10,000 or you go and pray.
Second of January. Everyone has a secret.
Which accident?
The one that happened on the way to Elmina, or the one that is supposed to have happened on the way to Kumasi?
You are crazy.
What are you talking about?
My husband has had only 1 accident, and that was on the way to Kumasi.
That is what you were told, my dear.
I was at the scene, okay? I saw the accident with my own eyes.
That's right.
Time, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. each day. Rates, 80 Ghana cedis for individual shows. Tickets available at Joy FM, Tema Community 11 Shell, Bachina and Haja Total, Frankie's, and all usual outlets. Or call 050-554-6010. Sponsors, Bond Savings and Loans, FanMax from FanMilk, Nationwide Medical Insurance, Zurian Multivitamin, and Wilmar Africa, importers of Fortune Rice. Online support by myjoyonline.com, Websoft Solutions, and adomonline.com. Get your Roverman Festival of Plays tickets now.
Which accident?
The one that
happened on the way to Elmina or the one that is supposed to have happened on the way to Kumasi?
You are crazy.
What are you talking about?
My husband has had only one accident, and that was on the way to Kumasi.
That is what you were told, my dear.
I was at the scene, okay? I saw the accident with my own eyes.
That's right.
What are you talking about?
My dear lady, please. Don't believe everything you see. Don't believe everything you hear. And do not believe everything you read. You saw the accident someone wanted you to see. Shut up, Ata. Yes, you are right, Mr. Faithful Husband.
Thought-provoking, motivational, inspirational, attitude, values, faith, soul-inspiring content, value for money. New Look, the magazine that reports on our values, attitudes, and faith for discerning people. Rover Report Monthly Magazine. Get your copies from all Shell shops, Total shops, and the supermarket near you. Or call 0302-231188 for subscription.
Well, thank you very much for staying with us. I am happy that you always make the investment of time and data to stay on. We've just finished the presentation on our words. So now let's have the feedback. Let's have the discussion. By the way, I would like to know how you fared in the Are You Romantic test. And then with the women, how well you did with respect. All right, shall we continue?
Good morning, Uncle. Listening to you, as always. Please, I've been in a distance relationship all this while with my husband before we got married. And now that we are married, there are certain behaviors of him popping up that I'm not happy with. And how do I handle them? Even as I'm typing now, he has not spoken to me for a week. But I know deep down in my heart I have not offended him. And I try to even greet him or talk to him, but he will not respond.
Wow.
Then she continues, hey, today's topic, dear, I have failed. No, we have failed.
All right, because I think that's where it begins from then.
Emmanuel says, I think I am cropping almost 30 out of the total.
He's done what?
He's cropping almost 30 out of the total.
Okay. All right.
And Laurentia says, hey, Uncle, 7/38.
I'm happy you've been very honest, but it will not always be 7, so just keep working at it. I'm happy you scored yourself.
Louisa says, Uncle, me, I'm tired.
Hi, Louisa. Always good to hear from you.
Me, I'm tired of saying I miss you and I want to spend time with you. So now I'm spending time with myself and others.
Louisa, I hear you. No comment.
Aramide says, Uncle, how can you love someone and not respect them?
There are two very different things. You can love somebody and not respect the person at all. And that is what the women get confused with. They assume that because I love him, I respect him. No. There are things you may do. Quite often, you may not intend it as disrespect, but it comes across as disrespectful to a man. The tone with which you speak to him, even your facial expression, all that. He asks you to do something for him, and you take your own sweet time to do it. That is disrespectful. He's making a fool of himself in public. You are trying to correct him. No, leave him. He's an adult. When you get home, you can talk.
Nanadua says, but I always ask myself, can women do all these?
Well, that's why marriage is it's a school. We are meant to become better and better as human beings and as people.
From Lawal, but where does compromise come in if we have to only please one person?
Lawal, if all you heard was pleasing one person in this presentation, then you didn't listen at all.
Ekia Sabia says, thank you, Uncle. Point 38 on respect. How can you successfully deal with a habitual liar? He'll cook things up involving you just to create laughter, but everything is 100% fabricated. Kind of annoying, Uncle. I only give questionable looks. I don't laugh. I don't laugh or confront him in private. Yeah.
Yeah, but even the questionable looks, don't forget that the others are picking it, and he's also picking it. Yeah, I can see how embarrassing that can be. But that's the kind of person you married.
From Mavis, Uncle Ebo, you said we should listen without interruption. What if he's a talkative and always derails from the issue you are talking about?
Wow. And you married him. Did he become a talkative after marrying him? So keep quiet and suffer.
Yvonne Yeboah says, what's the point if you do all these and he in return disrespects you and the family?
If you truly do this, he will not disrespect you and the family. And if he does, then you married the wrong person. You made the wrong choice.
Louisa says, the Bible is against stealing, meat or no meat. It is thievery. If we all decide to steal meat, who should eat the sauce?
Louisa, it is in the name of romance. It's romantic. He comes and he steals the meat, and then you chase him for it. It's all part of the fun. It's the fun of it. So,
The response you get is just now we are paralyzed.
so lighten up.
Uncle Afishapa.
I'll
Uncle, I've been
congratulate.
dating this lady for more than a year now. I'm schooling outside and she's in Ghana. I really love her, however, she disrespects me. She uses insulting and provocative words anytime we have issues. This intensified after I did the knocking. I decided to finally move out, but she keeps on apologizing. After apologizing, she does the same thing again and again. I'm scared because she may break my heart again if I should go in again. What should I do? Isaac.
Talk with somebody. Talk with somebody in her family whom she respects, and let's see whether they can hold her accountable.
From Frankie's, Uncle, when a woman constantly shows disrespect and insults you on little issues that crops up, is it enough to move on?
No, not necessarily. Check also what you do to make that one come on. So see what your part of it is, what role you're playing in this, and up your game a little and let's see whether that also does not call for a better behavior on the other side.
Uncle, thank you for this educative program. My question is, my ex broke up with me sometime last year due to a misunderstanding. I got a new boyfriend, and he's back pleading that I take him back. Uncle, I've never loved anyone like I love him. I'm in a dilemma. The guy I'm currently in a relationship with is a good guy, but I haven't been able to love him that much. Uncle, what do I do?
A lot of people have found themselves in this where you find yourself, and their experience have not been good because you married this second person and you are never able to love him as fully as you can. You may not even be able to give yourself fully to him. You haven't closed the chapter with the first one. You'll be hurting yourself if you took this new one any further until you have dealt fully with the first one. So you're either going to give him a second chance or you're going to get him out of your system altogether. If you are not able to get him out of your system, then you're going to be in serious trouble.
From Meg. Uncle, what about if he takes his time when you ask him to do something?
Yeah, not good either. That's why I said a lot of the points applies to both sides.
Uncle, thanks for the lessons, and I will surely put these measures to test. But honestly, our women disrespecting our space, as you urged, is an impossible thing for some of them all.
Is that so? Tell me about it. Okay, let's go on.
Uncle, how can you respect your husband when you are pregnant and you know he's cheating and comes home after 12 a.m. most of the time?
And if you disrespect him when you are pregnant and he comes home at 2 a.m., does it solve the problem? Does it solve the problem? Does it make him stop cheating? Respect him. Let him, and he will rise up to his best self.
Frankie's John asks, Uncle, when a woman constantly shows disrespect... Oh, you asked that? Yeah. Oh, relax.
Some men don't respect and show disrespect whenever talking to you. Does such demand respect from their woman?
Yes, they can. They can. Respect for a man is not performance-based. I said that.
Thank you, Uncle. You are right on the point with respect, but it is difficult. It is very difficult for us women to do that, especially to sacrifice our pride and respect our husband. I pray the good Lord will help me to do it.
I agree with you. That's the whole point. That it is so difficult. It's so difficult for women, and that is what we're talking about it. All right. Any other? You know, while they are looking for a question, it's interesting that when you look at the commands given to couples in the New Testament, the man is told to love the wife. The wife is not told to love the husband. She is told to respect her husband. And it is not easy for the man to love, neither is it easy for the woman to respect. But that is the whole challenge of marriage. Yeah, let's go.
The one who asked about her husband not talking to her for a week now.
Yes. Has she come back?
Yes,
Yes.
she says you have not answered her.
Can you go to him and find out what has happened? Why is he being cold? And if he won't mind you, you go about your business. Just play your role as you need to play. One day he will snap out of it.
There is no peace in my house, Uncle. For 2 years we have been fighting. My husband is too secretive and quiet for my liking. I'm fed up with the marriage. I feel he doesn't love me anymore. He always tells me he loves me because I needed help as at the time we met. Communication is lost in our marriage and same is affection. My husband isn't cheating, but he doesn't find me attractive anymore. We hardly have sex. We are very young, but we've lost interest in the marriage. I really want to leave, but I have 3 kids and so very disturbed. I am not happy at all. I don't love him again, and I feel he doesn't love me too.
Wow. Wow, it's a bad place to be, isn't it? It's a very bad place to be. Can you, if you are members of a church, can you seek help from the church? If not, look into his family. If there's somebody who is mature and you can trust, let the person come in and help the two of you. But it's a very bad place to be, and my heart goes out to you, both you and your husband.
Reggie says, Uncle, please, my question is, I need an answer for a difficult relationship due to fear of his past.
Come again?
I think what she's trying to say is she's having difficulty in her relationship due to the gentleman's past.
Okay. Okay, so it isn't, I'm sorry, but there isn't much in this for me to address it.
Uncle, how do you get your husband to appreciate you for supporting him financially? I don't get that at all.
Wow. How did it come that you are supporting him financially? Because sometimes when you support a man financially, what you have done is that you've taken his space. And he will never feel a man around you fully. So find out what has led you here. You earn more than him, or he's out of job, or he's in school. How did it come about? If you are the kind who is just spending because you have the money to spend, if you won't buy it, I'll buy it, then you're creating trouble for yourself in your relationship. Men need to feel they are the man, so please, let him feel it.
Greetings from Rubina in London.
Yes, guys, Rubina is a guy, is a lady, yes, the chocolate woman, yes, so.
Uncle Ebo, Kwesi Hayford, Abisiga, Kabute, and the entire Uncle team, you have touched the very core of me this year. 2017 has been a blessing to me because of the many thought-provoking topics you have shared this year. May the good Lord continue to expand your territories as you use your gifts and talents to bless others in such a profound way. Wishing you the very best in 2018 and beyond. Best wishes, Rubina.
And what do you say to her?
Thank you. Thank you very much. You will live long. You will live long.
More chocolates, more chocolates.
All right, let's go
on. Okay, so the lady whose husband is not talking to her. She says, "Thanks, uncle, but he will not answer or talk to me. And if I continue to ask, what will come out of his mouth would hurt me more."
Okay. So, so you continue living your life. He will snap out of it. If after a while he's still not doing that, bring somebody else in to help you, the two of you.
Frankie's is following up. He says, "Uncle, I brought in her uncle on about 3 occasions, but she constantly disrespects me. What should I do?"
Is this a wife or a girlfriend? Is Franklin is he married to her already? Okay. If it's a girlfriend, you know what to do. Don't ask. If it's a wife, I don't think he started disrespecting you just after the marriage. So you knew about it. But there are ways of dealing with that. And Franklin, I'd like you to be a little bit more strong and firm. You'll get the respect you deserve. There's a code. Tough and tender. It works. TNT. So try TNT, tough and tender.
From Kwesi Hayford. Uncle, why is it that some women raise the same question after sex, after a nice and long loving making? And she goes like, "You cry, why did you do that?" I thought love making is to seal all matters, forgive and forget.
Kwesi, address issues before sex. Then the questions won't come.
Okay.
I get the impression that you have a wife who doesn't say no to you, but you are not addressing issues. So address the issues before. All right. I think our time is up. Yes, our time is already. Yes. How many questions do we have?
4.
Okay, let's quickly run through them. Let's do about 2 minutes extra, and then we would call it off. Go.
Okay, I'll make this quick. The lady wanted to leave her marriage. She said, "He's a Jehovah's Witness, I'm not. He married me and I had to go with him. The marriage isn't working because they don't see me as part of them. His mom objected to the marriage, so none of his nuclear family came for our wedding. His aunties and husbands and friends are the ones who came. I don't know who to go to. I'm shattered. I regret so much. I don't have peace."
Unfortunately,
she beats her children out of frustration.
Unfortunately, with you, there isn't very much help I can give. But for others who are listening, don't marry when you don't have the full support of everyone. Because in a situation like this, you may discover that you are disadvantaged, unless circumstances dictate it. But it is also the reason why I advise that you should always go to a counselor before you marry, so that even without the family, there's a counselor both of you can go and hold yourselves accountable to. So if you are not married, don't marry without having a counselor. somebody who in a situation like this can be brought in and call him to order. So let's not put ourselves in jeopardy. Yes.
From Florence, what can you do when your husband goes around telling his friends, family, and even my friends and family members negative things about me, causing me to lose friendship and family members? He recently told my pastor that I said some negative things, and because of that, I am so ashamed to go to church. But what is even sad is that I've been singing in church for years.
Bring the pastor in. Let the pastor know exactly what is happening, especially if he didn't say these things. Then let the pastor know what is going on and see what he can do to help you.
Uncle, is it wrong to say you are being super careful in your new relationship because of what happened in your previous one? Or does that mean you are comparing both men in any way?
The answer is yes. Let's go.
From Nanajua, Uncle, how can I get... Oh, sorry. From Don Wazi. Uncle, I witnessed true disrespect from a lady last night by hitting her husband with a chair for interrupting her on a call. And the man says it is true love. Uncle, is this love?
What's the name?
Don Wazi.
Don, it concerns you. It concerns you. All right, I think we'll bring it to a close. I'd like to thank you very much for staying with us, and a Happy New Year. This is, according to Ephraim, this is our last this is our last Friday of the show, when he meant to say that this is our last show of the year. Now, so giving you my blessings is in order. May 2018 bring you a full life, a rich life. May it bring you health. May it bring you direction and focus. May you always get home feeling fulfilled, feeling that your life has amounted to something. May God contend with anything that will contend against you. May you be blessed and become a blessing. May laughter never depart from you. And may you be given level grounds to walk on. And may you find open doors whenever you need them. May favor follow you wherever you go. We'll come back in 2018, and I pray that we'll continue to be used as a blessing to you. All the best. Happy New Year.
Man Festival of Play, 1st of January. Nicola!
You don't need the $10,000 lesson or you go and pray.
Second of January. Everyone has a secret.
Which accident? The one that happened on the way to Elmina, or the one that is supposed to have happened on the way to Kumasi?
You are crazy.
What are you talking about?
My husband has had only one accident, and that was on the way to Kumasi.
That is what you were told, my dear.
I was at the scene, okay? I saw the accident with my own eyes.
That's right.
Time, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. each day. Rates, 80 Ghana cedis for individual shows. Tickets available at Joy FM, Tema Community 11 Shell, Bachuna and Haja Total, Frankie's, and all usual outlets. Or call 050-554-6010. Sponsors, Bond Savings and Loans, FanMax from FanMilk, Nationwide Medical Insurance, Zurian Multivitamin, and Wilmar Africa, importers of Fortune Rice. Online support by myjoyonline.com, Websoft Solutions, and adomonline.com. Get your Roverman Festival of Plays tickets now.
Hello. They call me Uncle WHYTE. I am the CEO of Roman Productions, but I'm also very